One of the ways of attracting more customers into your company is to have a conversation with them, whether it's an email or in Messenger or on a call. Perhaps you provide your calendar link and they got on a free call with you, an initial call that's 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or even an hour long to decide whether or not you and this person will work together with each other. However, what I find is that there is this nervousness in talking to people, and there's actually a right way to talk to your prospects that will help nurture them and lead them into the sales. And this is something that I learned over time, and you get to discover it in this quick video. Hi, my name is 𝐍𝐞𝐻𝐭 𝐋𝐞𝐯, and my company and I assist twin flames and others who are on a spiritual journey achieve success with their soul-driven business. I'm going to pause for a moment and let you know of my upcoming free masterclass, Next Level 4-Day Mastermind, where we focus on helping you launch and scale your business as an online spiritual entrepreneur. And so this is your opportunity to discover how you can succeed in the online space and get more clients into your world, and to be of service and also create time for yourself and your family through lead generations and automations and so much more. So click on the link below in the description and register soon. Now, back to the topic. When I first got introduced to the idea of talking to prospects in order to convert them, the only information I received was to just have a conversation. And so I got started in Messenger, and I would talk to potential clients, those who were in my niche, the people that I was targeting, but I didn't know what to talk about. So I was just talking. And honestly, it really got me nowhere. And so I later came to learn that you actually have to be strategic in your conversations and lead them towards the sale. So I was like, oh, that's what I'm doing. And that was exactly it. But it didn't just stop there, because if you're talking to your prospects with the idea of closing, now they became a number. Now it's like, how many conversations can I have so I can meet this quota and satisfy my number and close on sales? And on the back of your mind, the whole time you're thinking sale, sale, sale. Like, I'm making a sale with them. So whether it was in a private DM conversation or on a sales call, something didn't feel right about this with me. And I would get off the call just feeling really sleazy and like, ugh, like that didn't go well. And knowing about energy and how much we really are connected with each other, I knew that if I didn't feel good on a conversation, neither did my prospects. And that was the last thing I wanted. I really wanted to have conversations that felt good, build confidence, and help my prospects feel safe in their buying decision to move forward and work together with me. And so what I discovered was to ask questions instead. So when you're having a conversation with the prospect, what you're doing is just really getting to know them, really understanding where they are at. If you're talking to a complete stranger in Messenger, which I know sounds like something scary and you really don't want to do it, but I'll describe to you why this is so important for you to do. When you're having that conversation, what I teach is to begin with something familiar between you and that person. Perhaps there was a nice post they made or a nice video, or you're into the same type of hobbies and so forth. You can start with that, and that usually gets people to open up rather than asking, do you have a question you want to ask me? Because most of the time, people don't know what questions they have to ask you. And a lot of times they don't even know what problem they have either. So if you were to ask someone, what problems would you like solved? Or what do you feel is the most important situation that you need resolved right now? What keeps you up at night? A lot of times they don't really know what that is. Or if they feel like they know, it's not really what their problem is, which is something that I will describe in another video. You ask questions that are focused on them. And by you asking the question, you're actually the one who's leading the conversation. And this happens every time. Somewhere in the conversation, they're going to begin to open up about their problems. Okay, and then you'll ask more questions to dig further into their problems, and your prospect will begin to realize how much of a problem this really is, and it becomes meaningful for them. If you were the one to point out, oh, it looks like you have this problem, this problem, this problem, it wouldn't really mean anything to them. But when they uncover whatever problem they're having and you build upon that in the conversation, then the prospect becomes the seller. And by being the seller, what I mean is they begin to recognize, hey, this really is a problem for me that I need to have resolved. And you didn't have to mention it. Matter of fact, if you mention it, it means nothing, like I had said. But when the prospect is able to see this because of the questions that you ask, then it's more meaningful to them. And there's a deeper understanding of why they need your service. And by focusing solely on the problems that are mentioned, your prospect doesn't get overwhelmed with the different information that you have about your program. This is one of the mistakes I was doing, where I would talk too much about what was in my program, and the prospect is like, that's not what I'm looking for. And it was mind-boggling because that's what I provide. That's what I do. But they're like, no, it didn't sound like you have that to me. So no, I'm not choosing to move forward. And I'm like, but that's what I do. And so this is the exact reason why when you're having conversation with prospects, you stick to that particular problem and not add to it, because then it becomes information overload and everything just feels too confusing for them. So when I started to have conversations like this, it felt natural. It felt easy. It felt rewarding and so on, rather than trying to have a conversation to make a sale that didn't feel good and didn't feel aligned in any kind of way. And even on the phone calls, we will end those conversations in a really good note that felt very pleasant. Obviously, you would want to have a follow-up system because people get busy and they get lost in their everyday life. So this is normal. If after listening to all of this and you still feel like, I don't really want to have conversations, I will tell you this. Of course, you're going to have clients that will pop up out of the blue, or it feels like they're out of the blue, but they've actually been watching you when you're creating videos and putting out contents and so on. I've had people that would become client of mine within one conversation. That was it. I didn't need any follow-up, and it was within a day or within a week, and that simply was it. You will get to experience this, but they are few and far in between and would require for you to do a lot of marketing or to invest tons of money in paid ad. But when you're having conversations with someone, you're building relationships with them. And the stronger the connection you have with them, the more successful the sale. Remember, when you're starting out as an entrepreneur, you're building trust with your audience. Your connection with your audience and turning your cold leads into warm leads is going to benefit you so much more and help bring in consistent income for you. Now, you're like, all right, Asheen, I get this. I truly don't want to do any of this. This is where you can hire someone else to engage in conversations for you, to begin the conversations, and then you continue with that. Someone who's skilled in it, such as a virtual assistant, which my team and I help you to train so that they're doing the work for you. If you found this video helpful, please hit a like and subscribe to my channel so you get to watch more videos like these that will help you achieve success in your business.